What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fourth Eye, and I am back. It's the Ghetto Guru. Have no fear. I am here for you. Look, this is gonna be about hell realms and heavenly realms and other stuff that I might just venture off and talk about because you know I get distracted easy. But I'm gonna get right into this video, but I want you to understand some. When we say hell realms, when I say hell realms, I'm not talking about um, being in fire and brimstone, fire with these demonic demons and stuff torturing you, ripping you apart, and your body's growing back and all that stuff. I can't tell you that's a place because I wasn't in no place burning up. I didn't go nowhere. Where now I did go to a place where I seen fire and I seen some these little bitty ass demons and shit running around laughing and shit. I want to say something. I'm trying to talk about some shit that's I'm trying not to scare people and shit. And I was like, I'm thinking in my head while I was saying that shit, like, oh shit, that shit gonna scare the shit out of some people. You see little demons run like, ah, like what the fuck you laughing at? Like, but nah, when I had that experience, I wasn't in it. I didn't. Well, I did kind of feel that the heat from that flames, but it wasn't. It was like I was looking at somebody else's hell, if you know what I mean, a hell that they created, and they was constantly trying to get out, but never could get out. But it was a hell that they created, and I talked about this experience before on this channel. Now I know I didn't put a lot of videos up so far, so uh, it'll be kind of hard for you probably to find that. But yeah, that I only experienced some shit like that, like when it comes to that fire shit and little demons and stuff. And now that fire, I one time, now, I ain't been to no places where it was like I go in there, it's pitch black dark, and I see these big 20-foot demons and stuff, and they throwing me like a rag doll, throwing me in lakes and shit full of fire. And oh my god, nah, I ain't had them experiences. So I want y'all to understand when I'm talking about hell realms, I'm not talking about being in the hell realm that religious people teach. I'm talking about hell realms as in a place where there is borderline hopelessness, manipulation, trickery, and lost souls. Um, those are what I'm calling hell realms because those are places that people end up being lost in and confused in. And I know that this is something that is hard for people to understand because they like, if I'm a soul with complete authority, why would I choose to be in this limbo state, this hell realm, this spiritual um, um, mental hell or whatever? Why would I choose this? Because you chose it when you was living in this life. Understand that the way that you think, the things that you accept, the things that you do, the things that you understand, the things that you don't understand is going to play a part in your next life. Now, if you don't understand who you are, you don't understand the power that you have, you don't understand the magnitude of your soul, the magnitude of the power you held within you, you're gonna be lost. You stuck in a world where you just constantly you can't get yourself out this box. You still stuck in this box of I want to go to the club every weekend. I want to smash every girl I meet. I want to smash every and vice versa for women. For women, you know what I'm saying? Because there's women out there that's out there just throwing, spread them. They laying on the bed. I didn't know your name. What's your name? No, what is your name? I don't even. Who are you? No, you're just gonna spread them. Nah, but people get lost in this world, and y'all answering your own question by saying, if I have complete authority, why do I choose this? As you say, dang, why are you choosing it? Because you're choosing it. It's not that uh, I I should when I die I should supposed to because they think because people think that when they die that everybody that dies, when they die, that all their memories is gonna flood back. But it's not gonna do that if your mind has been tampered with, manipulated, all these different things. You're gonna when you leave this physical vessel, you're not gonna it's not gonna come back to you because you're so dense spiritually. I mean dense. I'm talking about energetically, spiritually. You're dense. So when you go, you go where your vibrations take you. So it's like I try to explain it in ways that so people can understand it, but you you have to, and some people, everybody have their different perspectives, and they be like, well, it's all about this, and you don't have to raise your vibration. No, you do need to raise your vibration. Your energy needs to be at a certain level, and I ain't saying that it's going to be at the highest level, but if you want to go to a place that is heavenly, and we're going to get into the heavenly realms too, because there's a I ain't gonna say there's a misconception about heaven and heavenly realms and all these things, but there is some people don't understand like why people would want to come back. And I'm gonna give you some info on that. But right now, we on the hell realm. But and don't, and you know what I'm talking about, these hell realms, because I know that there's other people that don't, some of y'all in the comments, y'all don't believe that there's a such thing as hell realms. Look, when I'm saying hell realm, just like I said in the beginning, look, I'm not talking about what you might be thinking in your head. Now, it might be some tragic shit going on over there, but it's not what you might be thinking on a religious standpoint. Like it's not that. Not what I've experienced. I can't say that it's that the other stuff is not real because I haven't experienced it, and I can't say it is real because I haven't experienced it. So, but there are people who say that they went. And I can't say, it's just like when I'm talking about out of bodies, all of a sudden I tell somebody about out of bodies, but man, that shit ain't real. Like somebody tell me, I went to hell, I got shot and I went to hell. But nah, that ain't real. It's the same shit. Because I didn't experience it, I'm gonna say, that shit ain't real. That's something you made up in your mind. But that goes for the same as like when you go to the heavenly realms. If I say, well, I went to heaven, somebody could say, that's some shit you made up in your mind. It's you only experienced it because you believe in it. You know what I'm saying? So all these words and the hell and this and that, these words we made up. We don't be knowing what these places is really called. Sometimes something you might go in there, you might meet somebody and they be like, "This place is called Agartha." We're like, hold up, now Agartha was some shit over the ice wall. What the fuck are you talking about? You just me? That's hell? No, it's like, hey, look, don't. I'm just joking. I'm not saying Agartha is hell. I'm just so y'all don't catch that and be like, "Are you saying Agartha's hell?" You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is get right. And you don't have to have out of bodies to get right. Just you watching videos, getting a little information about what actually happens after death or what you can possibly do while living will help you. Because when you die, you probably be like, you know what? Hold up. I remember that video. It might pop up in your head, you know. So don't be discouraged if you're not having out of body experiences. Why is my mic so okay? Don't be surprised if you're not having out of. I mean, don't be discouraged if you're not having out of body experiences because it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. So when it comes to the hell realms, I believe. I'm not saying that I know for a fact. So remember, you heard that. I believe because of experiences, there is levels of these hell realms that we talk about. Now, do I want to go see how deep it goes? Fuck no. I do not. Am I saying that I'm afraid? If it's fire and big ass demons throwing you around like a fucking rag doll and pulling you apart and ripping your skin off and all that shit, it don't matter if I'm afraid. I don't want to fucking experience it. Shit. I don't want to be out of that. It ain't about fear. That's about what the fuck. It's like, well, I want to go somewhere where they gonna fuck me up. Like, yeah. But most of these places where I'm talking about are like places that people who are what I would say a lost soul. They're not dead. They just lost. They just a little confused. They just a little discombobulated. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. It's hard to convince them that they need to move on. And somebody asked a question, and they said, "How do you know that the people that you see that are dead are not just astral traveling into the dimension that you're seeing them in?" And that is because I've talked to a lot of the people or the spirits in those experiences. I've helped some. I've helped a lot, really, to be honest with you, but I haven't helped enough because it's hard. But the way that I tell what, like, who is who, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's hard. It's like I say all the time, it's about the energy, what you feel, and it's when you look into their eyes, you can tell. And when it's somebody that is having a out of body experience, you can tell when somebody's having an out of body experience if you are observant. So a lot of times when people have out of body experiences, if they're conscious of that experience, they tend to have a little bit of a like a oh shit, this is dope type of energy. They like looking at everything and shit. They like, and you talk to them, you be like, hey, you in the out of body? And they be like, oh, I thought I was dreaming. Oh, they be like, oh, woo, woo, woo. They be saying shit like that. You be like, nah, you in the out of body. Like I'm telling you, I didn't had experiences where I remember when I stayed in Dallas with my mama, and I had my out of body. When I came out my body, and this time I didn't, like I tell you, I don't come out in sleep paralysis like that all the time. Like I'm in sleep paralysis, but I'm not experiencing like how a lot of people experience it, like where they feel like they can't move, they feel stuck. Like I don't feel that. Like I don't feel that way. When I like get into that state to where I can leave my body, I feel it. Like I feel the energy shift. And when I feel that, that's when I exit. Now I'm in sleep paralysis, but the reason why I don't feel like I'm in sleep paralysis is because I understand that when I'm in sleep paralysis, my soul body, my soul energy, or whatever you want to call it, my etheric body or whatever, is loose. You know what I'm saying? When you're in sleep paralysis, it's like it's like that energy is loose. That's why it's so easy for you to exit the body because you're loose in there. All you gotta do is think about leaving, boom, and you out. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I was having out of bodies after out of bodies after out of bodies, um, like every day. I was coming out, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes I was coming out like 5 times, 6 times a day because I knew that if when I had the first out of body, boom, I come out, I experience what I want to experience. And if I get sent back, like come back, boom, I'm back in my body. I don't move. It's like a it's like a little sweet spot. I don't move. I just sit still. Boom. When I come right back and I feel myself merge back into my body, I just sit still. And then I imagine myself floating right back the fuck out of my body and I whoop, come out my body. Now I'm experiencing again. But the problem with that is if you do that and you don't know how to remember your experiences, you will forget a whole lot because you didn't went to so many different you didn't have so many different experiences. So you will tend to forget a lot of them. And to be honest with you, a lot of times when I was having them like boom, 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 most of them was like some mundane shit. Like I was like just walking down the street, or I floated out the room through the wall, and I just was walking and looking at people, trying to wake them up if I seen they was asleep. And it's just you you have to, how can I say this? Train yourself, because even still, some experiences I know I had, but I could not remember them because I had did so much within those experiences that it kind of made me like it's like the longer you stay in them, if you do not take mental notes, And when you wake up, I say have one experience. If you have two, that's fine. If you have three, that's fine. Because it's all about what you want to do. Some of y'all might be really good at retaining all that information that you get. Now, I kind of have that gift a little bit as my like myself. I retain a lot of information from my out of body experiences and regular dreams, lucid dreams, whatever you want to. I retain a lot of information from those because it feels just like yesterday. Just like yesterday, some shit from yesterday that I can remember, but I can't quite remember. It's kind of fuzzy. But that's the same way with out of bodies, and sometimes it's even clearer with the out of body experiences and stuff. But I want to make another. I want to say something else to get another understanding about me because I think that a lot of people, because I talk about the negative experiences, is that they think that that's the only place I go. Oh, he only go to negative places. He only fight and he only do ignorant shit and all this stuff and woo, 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 woo. No, understand that I've been having out of body since I was a child. Like, I'm giving you information from when I was a child and telling you how I was terrified. So I'm gonna give you those experiences. I'm not just gonna throw you out there into the lion's den with stakes wrapped around your neck. I'm gonna tell you what I experienced. It doesn't mean you're gonna experience it. I will say that again and again and again. Doesn't mean that you will experience it. It's just giving you the tools that you can use so that if you do experience it, you know what to do. You know how to operate. You know what I'm talking about? See, I'm not gonna throw you to the wolves unless I don't like you. Then I'm gonna get out of here. Get your ass over there. Nah, player. But I wouldn't even do that to somebody I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because if, yeah, nah. I know they came here to be irritating to me. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I was irritated by a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But I know I need some damn. Hold on. I know I need some damn Comex because I keep licking my lips. And motherfuckers gonna start bleeding in this motherfucker. You know, you know, I need to get some different type of like shit for like your lips and shit because I don't like my lips shining and shit. I don't be liking all that shiny lips and shit. Look like I got on some what's that shit? What's that shit that girls be wearing? Lip balm or whatever. Yo, like, if you see me like putting on putting that on, I always gotta do it some more. I'm like, I look like I'm trying to be a bad bitch. So, all the females they take their pictures, they be like, all right, let me get back to the subject. Okay, hell realms and all that stuff. Um, yeah. So don't be afraid. Be terrified. Nah, nah, don't be terrified. But look, you not just going. Look, it's not gonna be some magical shit where one day you just gonna be like, you know what? I don't fear nothing. And then you don't fear nothing. No, you know how many times I felt like I didn't fear shit, and then I ended up having an experience that made me fear some shit. I'd be like, damn, I thought I was good. And I seen some shit that scared the shit out of me. God damn. But it happens. It's normal. Fear is not something that should cripple you. Fear helps you grow because when you conquer that fear, you realize, damn, I've been walking around this motherfucker scared whole time I had the power. I was strong as shit. I was scared as hell. Like playing basketball. I started playing basketball in elementary. Well, before that, but when I started playing for a team, I was nervous as shit. Now I could play, I could ball, but I was nervous as hell. So every time I got the ball, I would pass it. It was fear. I was the whole crowd looking and all this stuff. I would get the ball and I would pass it. Get the ball, pass it. I get the ball, cross somebody over, do all this extra stuff, and then pass it. I would never shoot because I was scared. But my coach was like, "Chris, what the fuck you doing? Shoot that goddamn ball." So the next game we played, he said, "Look, y'all pass the ball to Chris." And he looked at me and said, "You better not pass that goddamn ball." He said, "I was shooting that mother." He had me at practice before that. He had me just shooting all fucking day. Boom, boom, boom. And the next game, he basically made me face the fear. And when he made me face that fear, was dropping buckets. I was crossing, boom, boom, just it was like, okay, I got this. You know what I'm saying? That fear was gone. So you're gonna have to face that fear. It's not gonna be one of them situations where you're just gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so unafraid of anything. Then walk outside and a bumblebee fly by you, like, oh my God, you're afraid. Nah, but like shit, I don't. I'm afraid of bees, but bees be coming to me for some reason. It's like I feel like because I ain't afraid. I just don't want to get stung. But it's like because I have that in my mind, I feel like they just be coming to me. Like it'll be. I remember one time I was in a group. We was at work, and was I in the oil field at this time? No, I was working on a with a company that made parts for the oil field, and I'm walking with a couple of the coworkers and stuff. Fat ass bumblebee come over. They, bumblebees. They ain't gonna, but it's a bumble. It's like it still got a stinger. So I'm like, I don't fuck with it. It comes and like, it comes right by me. I'm like, ah, man. I'm trying to move slow. You know how you do with the bumblebees. Like, oh my God, back up, back up. Whole time, it's just around me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying to walk by the other guys. Like, hey man, let this bumblebee come over here, and then land them. Oh my God, I just sit still. Oh shit. Oh my God, I'm finna die. I'm finna die now, probably. Nah, but fear, man, it is what it is. You're gonna fear some stuff, but you're gonna have to conquer it. Um, but when it comes to these hell realms and people dying and all that stuff, you're not dead when you go to the other side. You are alive. You are alive. You know what I'm saying? We only look at you as dead because you're not here anymore. You're there. You know what I'm saying? But you still living. But the people that are walking around lost, they're just confused. They just in a state of confusion. They don't understand who they are, where they are, how they're gonna get there. But they I mean, some of them wanna be there. It's a hard thing to comprehend sometimes. Kind of like the even when it comes to the what's that we choose this life and we basically plan this life out and all that stuff. The possibility we plan out the possibilities, the roads we can take, all that stuff, or we plan that. That's a hard one to talk about because of so many people been victimized. Uh, that's why I don't really talk about it. But so many people been victimized and have been through so much shit that when you talk about those things, they like hell no, and I get it. They like hell no, I didn't choose to be, what I'm saying, SA. You know what I'm saying? They have their own opinions about that, and it's valid because they haven't experienced to see that. Damn, I really did choose this. So I wouldn't knock anybody that feels some type of way about that. But it is what it is, though. You chose it. I'm sorry, baby. Look, come on over here. Let me hold your head. Kiss you on your forehead with the. It'll be all right now. Once you realize you chose it, you'll be like, ah. Now it won't make you look at that whoever victimized you or did whatever. It won't make you look at them in a better light, but you'll look at it like, damn, why would I choose that? But I kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's a touchy subject, so I don't really touch on it. You know what I mean? And I know somebody probably gonna ask me about it and they gonna want me to touch on it. Do we choose? How do you know that you chose the life that you lived and this and that and this and that and that and that and that? I know I chose the life that I live and I am upset about it. I've been going through shit since I was a child. I'm talking about poverty. I'm talking about seeing violence and drugs and gang banging and all kinds of shit, prostitution, all kinds of stuff. I was in elementary school, and one of my best friends, his so I ain't gonna say his name, but they basically lived damn near in a trap house. I used to see all kind of shit over there. I used to fight over there, all kind of stuff. But I was in elementary. In my mind, I felt like I was so much older. And that was one of my best friends though. But I used to have fun at their house. But most of the time, I used to hang with old people. I used to go to the old folks' house. But I'm off subject, so let me get back to it. Into my So yeah. hell realms, don't go. But if you do go, just keep just keep in mind that you are very, very powerful. You, they can't fuck with you. I had to whisper that. They can't fuck with you. Yeah, but we're gonna get into these. Let's you know what? I'm just gonna randomly just bounce back and forth. Fuck this. I'm just keep look, I'm telling y'all, I'm fucked up. No, I'm glad I ain't fucked up. But listen, heavenly realms. Uh the heavenly realms, it's more than one heavenly realm, just as you know, like well I think most people know it's like levels, it's like heavenly realms. Like when I say that I mean heavenly realms, like different ones. Now, when it comes to the heavenly realms, some people some people have went into these heavenly realms and they're like, this is amazing. You feel unconditional love. Everybody just loves you. It's sunny, it's bright, the grass is green, the trees are vibrant, the lights, the colors, some of the colors you can't even describe here, and everybody is so loving. Now, imagine you in that place where everything is loving, but then you have this mindset of this physical self. You know what I'm saying? What you did here. I was clubbing, I was kicking it with my homies. I was smoking weed, drinking, partying, having all this good old fun and this and that. And then you go into a heavenly realm where you sitting down and you just looking at each other. Y'all just happy because y'all love each other. It's all this unconditional love, and it's great. It's amazing. It's great. But you can still get bored. You can still get bored because you've went into this physical life and you experienced things that now when you go back or you go to certain, now I ain't say all of them but certain ones, it's like, but I also, when it comes to heavenly realms, I think certain people go to certain heavenly realms because of who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like some people would rather sit down by a lake and just look at the lake and go fishing, and that's pure bliss to them. And you got it's other realms where there's video games, heavenly realms, video games. I mean, it's a lot of stuff in heavenly realms though. There's video games, hospitals, but they ain't like hospitals like we have here. And those heavenly realms sometimes they not that easy to access. I mean, uh, they. I wouldn't say that they're not easy to access. You just have to be on the right page. You have to be right mindset. But you're not dead. So you haven't transitioned. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You can go. But I'm telling you, like a lot of times you won't go because you might not want to come back. You know what I'm saying? You might go somewhere that's different than than some of the bored places that because there's some boring places out there. There's some places you go and you just like this is not it. And I ain't saying all of them not heavenly rent. Well, I guess they can be considered higher vibrational realms. I'm not gonna put a level on it like realm. I'm not gonna put a level of realm what it is because quite frankly, I don't fucking know. I don't do the. I mean, not I don't knock nobody for doing it, but I don't. I don't do like this is realm. Woo, 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 woo. I try to steer. I try to let the people who talk about that because that's they shit. It's not my shit. You know what I'm saying? If I start talking about this is the level, this is where you at when you are here, I'm gonna have to basically steal the information from the other content creators because me having experiences, I wasn't going into realms and them telling me like you are on realm two, or you on realm three, or you on realm four, or five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12. They weren't telling me. I wasn't even asking. So that's not something that I know. You know what I mean? You feel me? Now some I do know some, but I don't. That's not my lane. Uh, yeah, I leave that to the people who can explain it better. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain that better because I've been through too much. I've seen too much. Um, all my experiences is like jumbled up in my brain, jumbled up in my mind, jumbled up in my auric field or whatever you was like. It's every all my experience. Like I can think about my experience and be like, I think I was on realm 11. Nah, I don't know where the fuck I was at. I know I was in either a heavenly realm or I was in a lower realm. And even when I say lower realms, sometimes the lower realms is not saying that it was a bad realm. It's just lower than that high shit that I went to, and I was like, "That's amazing," you know. But sorry about that. Yeah, but angels, was it seraphims, all that stuff like they real, you know. Now I can't tell you like now I've seen some, I ain't even gonna get on no religious stuff a little bit. Like I might talk about it a little bit. So because it's so all this stuff is really touchy, especially with people who are religious and people who follow a faith. And this is another thing that it doesn't irritate me, but it kind of like bothers me a little bit. Is people who debate like spirituality versus Christianity. I seen a video where it was I didn't watch it, but it was like spirituality versus Christianity, and they was having a debate. And I'm like, I used to be, and I seen that I was like, damn, I used to be that. And I remember I was watching a debate a little while ago, and I was like, damn, I used to be that guy. Debating is so irrelevant to me now. Like it gets you nowhere because nobody. It's like nobody submits. Nobody says, you know what, I understand what you said. You know what, let me change my viewpoint. No, it's just an argument. And no matter who's wrong and who's right, the person who's wrong can sound right if he got the right words. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people, that's how it is in a lot of situations. A lot of people have the right words, even when they wrong. You know what I'm saying? They just have the right words. And I ain't saying that about nobody. I'm just saying that about anybody. That was so contradicting. Like, well, I'm not saying that about nobody, but anybody. Because there's a lot of people out there that's like that. That's how them cult leaders be. They be they be giving you saying all the good shit. Yes, this is what this is. You be like, damn, this motherfucker on to some shit because they know what they talking about. Why do they know what they talking about? Because they was watching somebody else's video and they was learning. They wasn't experiencing shit. They was just learning. And then they was like, let me go ahead and make their money. Because they understood that they could get on there and they could put a little pizzazz and they got these they know how to, you know what I'm saying? They know how to explain shit and now this is I'm talking about cult leaders and shit. Like the cat nature boy back in the day. Like we know how to but you can't fool everybody. At least you can't fool people who really see. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the heavenly realms are pretty dope, but some of them can be pretty boring because the more you experience, and I'm talking about like past lives, you didn't live this many lives, so many lives, you evolve. So you might evolve past that level. That might have been your home before, but now that you've came back and you lived this life and you passed away again, that's no longer something that vibrates at a frequency that you like that you want to be at. You like, damn, I need to go be a little higher. You know what I'm saying? And then some of y'all might come back and then you experience something in your life that traumatizes you, that do whoop whoop whoop, and then you end up passing away and you forget who you are. You don't know who you are, you're lost. Yeah. And you end up in the in between. That's what I'm saying. The in between. You don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So you just start living life and getting beat up. I'm just joking. You start living this realm where it's a lot of chaos and stuff. But like I said, and one what dude told me he was like, yeah, when I died, cause they even say that shit. They be like, when I died, I was. He said when I died, I could put my hands in my stomach. I don't know how he died. He didn't tell me, but from what he was saying, it sounded like his stomach was open. Either he got shot up, stabbed up, got dang hit by a car, and something went through his stomach. But he said he could see through his thing. He could put his hand through his stomach, and he said it took a long time for him to cope with death. And in those realms, I done been in those places, and it be people that be trying to help them, and or they'll come in. We'll be having a comment. I'll be talking to some people, and not all of them. I don't know if they like guides. Sometimes I think they guides. That's people's guides, and they kind of stick with them, but they kind of blend in with the atmosphere or wherever they at, because they will come to you and be like, yeah, he ain't coped with death yet. You know what I'm saying? They'll ask you like, hey, can you help him? Even when it comes to like, because a lot of times when it comes to helping lost souls, it's an energy that you can give them a little, you know what I'm saying, a little boost. You can stimulate their energy to help them, help their vibration rise up, because their vibration is so low that they cannot they cannot leave. You know what I'm saying? So you have to actually give them a jump. Let's say that. You gotta give them a jump, because until they get that jump, you got all this negativity going on around this environment that they vibrations cannot raise up. It's just constantly being put in a low state. Their energy is constantly low. And there's other beings that don't want you to help them. And I ain't talking about that they don't want you to help them specifically. I'm talking about they don't want you to help that other person that needs the help. Like somebody might be like, hey, can you help him? Or they might even come to you because they know something ain't right. They might even come because in those realms, if you like, that's why it's better to blend in. Because if you don't blend in, you might be out there looking like an angel. Like I'm just like, just say it plain and simple. You might be out there looking like an angel, and some of them will run up on you. They won't attack you, but they will grab you. They will be holding on to you. You'll be sitting there, and they be holding your arm. Like what the fuck? Like let me go before I whoop your ass. But that's how it be. They'll be like, and they'll just be staring at you. They won't say nothing. They'll just be staring at you like, because they looking at you as something that you don't even see what you look like. You just like, why is this motherfucker touching me? Don't touch me. I used to be that guy. I didn't want nobody touching me. Don't step behind me. Don't touch me because I'm whipping your ass. I know I'm not right for that, but that was back then. You know what I'm saying? This is now. I'm better now. But back then, I'm whipping ass. And still to this day, if I have an experience and something comes in a negative way. But you know what? Last night I had an out of body and I was joking around with some dude. This wasn't a real special experience. That's why I didn't really talk about it. I have experiences a lot, but a lot of times they're not really that. You know what I'm saying? They be kind of just like some regular life. Like I just went to my, like say for instance, I went to my homeboy's house, had a barbecue, and kicked it with all the family and all that stuff. It be regular stuff that goes on a lot of times when you have these out of bodies. So a lot of them I don't even talk about. But this one yesterday, last night, it wasn't that special. But I was just sitting in the house and we just clowning around with each other. I don't even know what house I was in. I just know I had an out of body. I entered into this house. We started chopping it up, kicking it, and then I started joking around with this big motherfucker. I don't know what he was. I can't even tell you how this dude looked, but I know he was big as hell. And he playing it like we playing like we telling what I do. Man, I'll pick you up and throw you. You know, just joking around though. It wasn't like nothing like like seriously or where it was like really about to get into some scrapping and shit. But I'm like playing around. You know, you shadow boxing and stuff. I'm playing around. He playing around too. It was just some simple shit. You will experience simple shit. But it could be just because I've been having them for so long. You know, for me, out of bodies is still dope as hell, but they're normal. You know, they not. It's not something that I'm like every time I have a body, I be like, and I ain't gonna lie, I be missing that feeling. Like that's why I be like I watch like a lot of people who just started having the experiences and stuff because I could see that excitement on their face. They like, oh my god, I just went to the other side, and this is what I seen. And this because when you start first having out of bodies and stuff, you start getting into nerd mode. You'll start researching everything. Oh my god, what is this? The Anunnaki, ancient Kemet. Oh my god, it wasn't. They didn't really call it the hieroglyphs. It was called the Medu Neter. The Medu Neter. Oh my god, I've been lied to my whole life. The Earth is flat. It's not round. You'll start like getting into every fucking thing. You'll be dipping in. Like I got a DNA test done on myself because of meeting, um, because I kept meeting the Orishas. Cause I'm like, why the hell am I meeting? Why the hell am I being? Why am I seeing these deities or not? Not I guess they're not considered deities. I don't know what they consider, but why am I being? Why are these Orishas coming to me when I didn't even know they existed? You know what I'm saying? So people, oh, that stuff ain't real. These stuff, woo, 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 woo. But I didn't know shit about an Orisha until I seen an Orisha. Nobody told me about an Orisha. Nobody said, hey, if you think about this, you'll meet an Orisha. No, they didn't say shit. I started, once I had the experience, I asked somebody, they told me, yeah, that's woo, 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 woo. It's an Orisha in Nigeria. Woo, woo. I'm like, what? Had to start doing my own research. I looked it up myself. And I'm like, damn, this is some real shit. They really, it's really some beings or deities called the Orishas. And so I looked that up, but I'm like, why would I be experiencing some Orishas when they all the way from Nigeria? That's what people from Nigeria they practice Ifa. Um, Even in Santeria, they also I wouldn't say that they worship Orishas. They pay respects to Orishas, but or they honor the Orishas. I don't know. They know better than me because they practice it. I don't practice it, but I have experienced the Orishas a lot of times. But yeah, that's so strange to me. So I was like, man, I need to do a DNA test or something. I need to see what's in my blood. And I don't even too much really agree with DNA tests because I'm like, how can you tell where the fuck I'm from? Like, because people migrated a lot. So it's like, but I just wanted to see. I don't care about none of this. Like, people be like, man, they taking your DNA and they gonna use it. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I remember my cousin. I remember. I don't say. I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say. But I remember a person I knew used to sell like love. You sell weed. They used to sell marijuana. And every time you get on the phone with them, they like, man, why your phone echoing? Oh, it's the feds. The feds, call the feds. Bro, you are selling dime bags. They ain't looking for you. You acting like you El Chapo. You selling dime bags. Oh shit, the feds gonna get me. What they gonna do? Give you 2 days in a holding tank? you got, you selling dime bags. You get pulled over with a dime bag. They gonna throw it in the drain and tell you to drive off. It's a dime bag of fucking marijuana. You acting like you out here El Chapo, goddamn Frank Lucas out here selling, making $1 million a day. Oh my God, the feds is what? Every time I go out, the feds is looking. No, the police kind of just drive around and they they drive around. They get behind you. You look suspicious. They might pull you over because you know what I'm saying. That's just how it works. It's not because you're a kingpin, but no, that shit is crazy. Uh, how much time I been on here? I just been rambling and shit. Uh, but that shit crazy. Um, People just be is life is funny and it can be irritating as well, but you just have to live it, you know. But these I when I had the experience of me going through that light, that was a while ago. A while ago. That's when I realized at that time when I thought I had no fear of death, I realized you still fear death because I was panicking. Wake up, wake up. But when I experienced probably about 3 years, 4 years ago, I had an out of body, and when I came out, I don't know, I forgot how I came out. It was something about how I came out that made me think to myself like, damn, did I just die? Or it could have been because I was in it for so long, and then I tried to wake up, and then I couldn't wake up, and I said, oh well, fuck it. I just kept on kicking it. Da 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 da, talking to people, all kind of shit. I was just kicking it. It was like a regular place, but it would look a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like how you'll say, like somebody said, Do you go places where you experience unconditional love? Yeah, hell yeah, all the time. But it's I'm gonna talk about the ones that's where you don't, what you don't experience, like that unconditional love. I want you to know about those places. Just because I don't talk about, oh, this place was, I just felt unconditional love and this and that, don't mean I ain't experienced it. It just mean I ain't got to that shit yet. I just ain't got to that. You know, I ain't talking about I ain't got to it as far as like I haven't been there. I'm saying as far as me making these videos, I just ain't got there yet. I wanted to. It's a there's a build up. You know what I'm saying? I got to tell you, I'm I'm basically telling you my experiences from when I started. And as you know, if you don't know, I'm 38. I'll be 39 this year. I've been having out of bodies since I was a kid. I had my first like really conscious out of body when I was 15, 14, 15. And before that I was having them. Now, you know what? Oh, something I want to think. Something I was thinking about while I was at work. I have a vivid memory. And I've been having this memory since I was, and I know I was a baby. Like I was probably about, I had to be about 4 or 5. 4, 5. No, I probably was about, no, I had to be like 4 or 5. Because of the house we lived in, I had to be about 4 or 5. I don't know if this was a real memory. I don't know if this was probably me having an out of body, but it could have been either one. Because when you're young, you still tapped in. You don't start losing these gifts until you start getting older and all that stuff. So I used to talk to these 3 plants. I don't know what kind of plants they were. They was, how can do I got something that I can show? I feel like my dang dreads be doing what the hell they don't want to do. But like the it's a trumpet, like how they got the, it's like a, I need to start keeping some shit over here like a pen or something so I can draw some shit. Hold up, let me see something. But these plants, these plants, you know what? Chat GPT. No, these plants, I would talk to them. Now, mind you, I don't know what the fuck we was talking about, but I remember talking to them. I remember sitting down on the curb, and these 3 plants sitting there. They was, that was like a like a like a like a orange color. It looked like cheese to me as a kid. It looked like cheese, the color of cheese. Like, and they would be talking to me, and they'd be moving side to side like boom, 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 boom. I don't remember what the hell they were saying. I just remember we would sit there and we would talk, and I thought that shit, like, maybe it did really happen, but I thought it really happened. Like, I had memories from when I was young. Like, I'm talking about like real young, like a toddler. I remember being in my auntie house, playing on a skateboard, and I was like, I had my like, it was too big, so I'm looking at, I'm like on the skateboard, and I thought I was older. But once as I got older and I thought about it, I'm like, hold up, before I was we left when I was like 3. How the fuck old was I when I experienced that? Like that was crazy to me to think about. Like, damn, how was I remembering shit at that young age? Now, back onto a different subject. How you go back to a different subject? But my mind just be wondering, and look, I'm just somebody. I'm just talking. You know, I ain't really. I don't prepare these. I don't. I like. I get a subject in my head. I'll be like, I want to talk about that, and then I start talking. And while I'm talking, that shit changes, and it goes to this and it goes to that. So y'all bear with me. I'm just. I'm just being me. I get distracted very easily. Yeah. And the reason why it'd be hard for me to stick to one subject is because, like I said, I have so many experiences just in my head, like to the point where I be like, damn, like I be trying to stay on subject, but then it'd be like, oh, you remember this one? You remember this one? You remember this one? You remember this one? God damn. Now I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. It's something that come popping up in my head, and I be like, I ain't talking about that. Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Mm-mm. Not and not because it's bad, not because it's like super like. It's just some experiences are just very personal. So it's like, do I want to experience? Do I want to talk about that? Nah. Now let's do like I do want to talk about something. What was I started off talking about hell realms and heavenly realms, and I just got on a tangent, just started going off about any and everything, the light, all kind of stuff, and y'all just let me see how y'all do me. Why y'all do me this way? Y'all just let me go off and don't even tell me to stop and stay on subject. They're just like, keep going. We learned a little bit from what you said. Nah, but I be seeing like shit throughout the day. Like sometimes, like when I'm at work, I don't really see a lot of shit. So because I be at work, cell phone policies and all that bullshit. So, but when I'm at home, I'm like scrolling through YouTube or something, or I'm going through and I like pop on a video and something. I'll be like, I might hear some stuff. I don't really like. I know this might sound bad. Like I watch some like when I can, I watch some of the other content creators that make videos about outer bodies. A lot like I try to, but I ain't gonna lie. A lot of my videos be kind of long and stuff, so I'll be my times be short, so I'll be having to listen to it. I can't watch it. I got to listen. You know what I'm saying? So I watch them though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one that don't watch other people. I like to hear the stories. Like I like to hear the perspectives and all that stuff. And but the ones that I be hearing that I be like kind of like, they don't even be part of the like the out of body type community. They be part of like a I don't know. But they just be talking about it and they don't be really knowing what they talking about. And I know why they and I know it's because they just misinformed. They religious. They even they're just a little over religious. They don't understand out of body and stuff like that. So they if you ain't giving them Bible scriptures and stuff while you talking, they ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. And I heard somebody say something that was like, I said it. I thought about this a long time ago, and they said Jesus was on the mountain and he was being tempted by the devil, and they said that he was alone. So who the hell wrote that shit? Who's? Yeah, they're alone right now. I see it. Let me write this shit down. Okay, Jesus was sitting on that mountain. I was like, who wrote this shit down? But I don't get on that because I'm not a person that disagrees with Christianity. I just feel like they just don't be knowing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't teach you about the afterlife in the Bible. Like, it don't teach you. It tells you, like, when you're in church, they tell you, you're going to go to hell or you going to go to heaven. You're going to die and you're going to go to judgment. And you gonna get sent to hell because you know why? Because you was a good person, but you didn't get baptized. You was a good person and you helped people, you fed the homeless, you know what I'm saying? You took care of the sick, you even adopted kids out of foster care, but you didn't get baptized in that water and you didn't speak in tongues, so you're going to hell. I'm sorry. That's how a lot of Christians is. I mean, when I was young, this lady told me, "You go to church?" I was like, "Nah, I don't. I do, but I don't go like every Sunday. Like I go when I can or when I want to." And she like, "You don't go to church, you going to hell." It's like, what? So you telling me because I don't walk in a building that I'm gonna go to hell? If I don't walk in this building, I'm gonna go to hell? Let me walk in and walk back out, but they turn you off. Like you turning me off. Like, but also, even though she was saying that stuff, this was part of the time where I was kind of, because I was going to church. I was reading my Bible. But I wasn't into it like I got into it. I got into it. My family wasn't super religious. Now my uncle, he, what I'm saying, he be in that Bible tough. My mama did not force Christianity on her kids. We went because we wanted to go, and I started getting into Christianity when I was about 14, 15. When I started having the really really vivid, the really the ones where I knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? The outer bodies where I knew what I was doing. Not the ones when I was little and I was just dreaming like a motherfucker and I was having the experiences and not knowing what the fuck it was. Because when I was little, I thought a lot of weird shit was normal. And I thought a lot of people experienced the same shit that I experienced, and come to find out they didn't. Like I used to lay on the floor and look at the ceiling, and I would make the I would make it. I don't even know. Like I wasn't making the room actually spin, so I don't. People take stuff out of context sometimes, but I would look at the walls and I would just make them do this, and then I would make them start spinning, and I would feel myself spinning around like, or I feel myself rocking. I used to do this shit all the time as a kid. I thought that shit was normal as hell. I would just lay on the floor and just start doing that shit. Just start making myself rock, making myself rock. Spirituality helped me and it hindered me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't. And when I say it hindered me a lot, because if I would have never got into like spirituality, and I'm not saying spirituality as if I'm one of them people that's walking around here with a million crystals on and stuff, and I'm just like super like nah. I'm saying spiritual because we all spiritual. We all spiritual beings, but it helped me and it hindered me a little bit too because it gives you a different perspective of life, morals, principles, all those things and stuff. Like there's opportunities that I didn't take because of what I knew and the energy. It wasn't right. But if I was like somebody who wasn't awake, I would have took those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been in a better place in the physical. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I probably would have been in a better place. But mentally, I might have still been. I would have been still be asleep. Like I probably wouldn't wake up. You know what I'm saying? But I probably be looking at all y'all like y'all crazy as hell. Everybody that's making videos talking about out of bodies, I probably be looking at y'all like, look at these weird ass motherfuckers. Talk about they leaving their bodies and going outside the construct and shit. Motherfuckers are lying. Why you lying? Like I probably would have been one of those guys. Be trying to debate y'all. Like, nah, man. If you ain't talking about Jesus Christ, you lying. Talking about you saw Jesus. Talking about you believe in Jesus. But you coming out your body. Everybody in the church, like people, them Christians, every time if you talk about it out of body, they like, you're a demon. You're demonic. But man, you don't know shit. You about dumb as that. Okay, let me stop. But it's just a lot of it's so much stupid shit. Like if you do this, you're demonic. If you pee in a toilet and you don't lift up the other top, you're demonic. Everything's demonic. Like god damn. And I want to touch on another subject before I get off. And I know I probably hit an hour or something, and I'm just talking and talking, and I should be taking my ass to sleep. But I want to touch on another topic because, and I say I don't really want to touch on religion that much, but a lot of people in religion they be like super religious. They don't even be understanding like it's a lot of voodoo in the church. It's a lot of black magic in the church, and I be getting tired of seeing people that be in the church demonizing out of body experiences and then go to church and don't even know they sitting next to a witch. Like, like get out of here. Don't be a hypocrite. You go to church every day and you go look at that pastor and you think that that pastor is holy. Whole time he going home and he doing unthinkable things. You know what I'm saying? You don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? You putting these people on these pedestals and stuff, and you assuming that they doing right. Whole time they practicing other things to be able to do things to you to make you believe. Like you have real pastors out here doing dark magic. You have real pastors out here that are priests and priestesses that's that practice Ifa, Santeria, that practice all kinds of stuff. You got a lot of women that's in the church that still practicing Santeria. Some of them practice Wicca. Some of them practice this, that, voodoo, all these things. But y'all demonize voodoo, but you don't demonize Christianity because when we got Christianity, they seen the people doing their own thing and they said, "What is that? Why are they killing animals and sacrificing animals and this and that? That is demonic. Why are you killing those? Animals, you're killing animals. But then they'll come back to America and eat a hamburger that was killed inhumanely and be fucking fine. At least they prayed over the motherfucker before they killed it. They was like, thank you for nourishing our bodies and this and this and that. At least they prayed for it. You didn't shot this motherfucker in the head and left it. They got the cows sitting inside a damn deer. Their head stuck. You want some grass fed cows? Their head stuck in the deer and they just dump grass on top of their head and shit. And they just be sitting in there eating, getting fat. These motherfuckers stuck. And y'all fine with that, but then you'll go see somebody doing voodoo and be like, he killed the goat. They ate it. Like, is something wrong with they kill goats here? It's like they don't kill them like we kill them. Okay. Because they dance around them and shit. They be dancing and praying over the food and they trying to, you know what I'm saying, nourish their body. Oh, thank you. They giving it to whatever deity. But they also start eating off of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what it's so weird because I know it's a lot of voodoo in the church. A lot of the things that they do in the church comes from Ifa, comes from Africa. The African spirituality came from the way that they operate in these churches, especially in the black church. All the dancing and running down the aisles and being under possession, all this stuff is like that's borderline Ifa. That's like Ifa. You know what I'm saying? They dance around stuff. It's just different structure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's disrespectful to go to somebody else's land, experience their culture, and then say it's demonic, and then leave, and then try to give them yours and say this is the right one. Like, how you gonna tell these people that have been practicing this for many years, generation after generation after generation after generation, that what they doing is wrong and what you're doing is right? Now, don't get me wrong. There is some people that's practicing those things that are doing wrong because that's just how it is. Like that's just like it is in the Christian church. You got some pastors that's out here doing wrong. Pretty sure you can look it up. You can go on YouTube, pastors that in SA, you know what I'm saying, then done this, then done that, pimping out the goddamn congregation. You know what I'm saying? I need the money. I need 50 million for a plane and y'all gonna buy it for me. What the fuck, bitch? No. No. You better go get that goddamn Kia from that lot that you can afford and goddamn drive to church in that motherfucker. You don't need no Rolls Royce. You don't need no Bentley. You don't need no mansion with 10 houses and 10 rooms and 13 bathrooms and it's only 3 people that live in that motherfucker. You ain't letting nobody in the congregation live at that mansion. Just like Joel Osteen back when we was in Houston. Uh, was it when was I in Houston then? I don't know if I was in Houston then when they had that flood, the hurricane. Wouldn't let nobody go into the day in his place. A big old ass stadium and shit. He wouldn't let nobody go in there. Like what kind of godly man is you? That you see people in need and you don't want to help them because you like that's a lot of it. I don't want to do that. You don't want to taint your stadium because he don't consider himself a pastor. He's a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? Eventually let him in there though. That pressure build up. But look, I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know if I touched on the subjects that I wanted to touch on. But hell realms. Go back to the beginning if you don't remember what I said about the hell realms. Uh, it's just a name. We make this shit up. All this shit is made up. Name, hell realms, heavenly realms. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. If you believe in heaven, do you believe in hell? That was random as shit. But y'all stay blessed. I'm out. I gotta go sleep. I gave y'all an hour. I'm gone. Love y'all. Y'all the best. I'm out. Ghetto Google. Y'all be good. Both die. I'm here.